Welcome. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about love. And I know this is no small topic, but I wanted to dive into a certain way of perceiving love in specific relation to love actually can be a different aspect of every emotion that we feel. So even anger, sadness, resentment, hatred, disgust, all of these feelings, in one way of viewing it, are all just a different way of how we love. So before I go into that, I just wanted to share how this awareness arose in me, because I feel like that is also quite important. So I practice nonlinear movement, and I try to practice every day. I'm not always consistent with it, but in this movement practice, it's a very, very simple practice. And the focus of this practice on this particular day last week was about connection, and we felt into our heart. And in this space, when we're focusing on this area of the heart, I became very in touch with a lot of tenderness that was present for me, and a lot of sadness, and a lot of just like longing for, desires that I wanted to create in my life, and connections that I wanted to deepen with my family or my friends or loved ones. And I ended up ugly crying through the whole hour-long practice, which I actually see crying as a fantastic sign a lot of the time that a breakthrough is happening. So it can often mean that like this deep strength and truth within us is pushing up through the bullshit that we've been wearing, kind of like a snake skin shedding its old decaying skin. So this practice is, it's kind of like a moving meditation practice. So it's something that I do teach, and it was created by one of my favorite embodiment practitioners, Michaela Baum. So you can come to my website or look her up as well if you want to learn more about nonlinear movement. But so going back to this idea that every emotion you feel is love. So your sadness, when you're feeling sad, it exists because you care. Your anger exists because you give a damn. Your longing exists because you want better, you want more, you want deeper living. Your frustration is because you keep trying to do better, perhaps, even if you're hitting a brick wall after brick wall. Even numbness is so present because you're tired, you need rest, because you've been trying so hard at something, because you give a fuck. And even regret, because you wished you had known better when you didn't know better at the time. So we can try any other emotion, and you're welcome to email me. We can absolutely play this game and follow it back to its root in love. So to illustrate it in another way, we don't feel angry because we lack love, right? We don't feel hatred because we don't care. We don't feel despair or hopelessness or overwhelm or bitterness because we're broken. We feel all of these feelings because we love, because we care. We cry because we grieve for a lost love. We hate and rage because we are sick and tired of not being respected or not having our existence even acknowledged. We have deep longing and desires because we can envision and feel into a better life for ourselves, for our families, and for humanity. We get frustrated because we're impatient and in learning how to navigate from a less pure love to a more pure love. We're numb when we're overextended or we've been hurt repeatedly, that we need a break from being so raw and caring so deeply and openly. And we regret when we have insight and understanding now that would have saved our younger selves the suffering that they went through, right? So again, we can see that every way that we suffer, every way that we have challenges in our life, especially emotionally, it all points to back to some way that we care very deeply, that we love very deeply and intensely. And even if you're skeptical of everything that I'm saying and illustrating, and that skepticism is also meant to keep you safe. It's meant to keep you from getting hurt. It's meant to keep you from feeling too vulnerable, to protect yourself because you care so much about yourself. So my point in illustrating emotions and love in this way is so that perhaps it can alleviate some additional sense of suffering when we might have tendencies of berating ourselves or beating ourselves up or wishing that we weren't so sad or wishing that we weren't so angry or wishing that we weren't so numb or regretful or whatever it is. Actually realizing that all of those emotions are valid, right? All of those emotions are there because you care and because you love. And so actually looking at the deeper meaning of why in certain moments you feel regret, or why are you feeling angry, or why are you feeling sad, and what is it that you can learn to love deeper. I hope you appreciated what I'm sharing here, and if you do, I would absolutely love if you left a rating or review. It really helps other people discover my content. And if you have any topic requests, you can email me at meganhartcoach@gmail.com. That is MEGANHARTCOACH@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.